carrying this Quran in their hearts, they wanted to take it forward. So whether the Abbasid and the Umayyads and the Fatimid and whatever, they took the Quran forward to the people. They took the Quran to the people. So whether the Quran...
It depends.
Look, if you have a community who has become an obstacle to receive the revelation of the Quran.
Like this country.
The Quran, at that time, Islam provided three options. So 10 minutes? Inshallah. 10 minutes. Yeah, we have to go in 10 minutes, inshallah. Yeah. Three options. Let us come to your land and we tell the people, show the people, let the people know about Islam. No problem.
Okay.
Condition number one. No issues. If they accept it, that's fine. If they don't accept, then there are other conditions. Like, okay, do you want us to open up the land so that people can hear it? Because you have made an obstacle for the people to hear about the truth, about revelations, God's final revelation. Yeah. So we need to remove that obstacle.
Sounds forceful.
No, removing
the ability to hear the revelation itself.
The obstacle.
Yes, not forcing people to become Muslim.
Not forcing.
It's
look, removing the obstacle, not forcing the people. Those obstacles, still not forcing on them become a Muslim and believe in the Quran. No, because they have become an obstacle to God's message to reach the people.
I get
look at this.
Before freedom of religion, which I guess we disagree with.
No. We actually would disagree.
Shaking your head. Was it a time?
I think let's go back to the point. What he explained. What's your explanation for the Quran? Do you think it's the word of God? Do you think Prophet Muhammad is the messenger of God? Then we can move on after.
Me? I'm not Muslim, no.
No, I'm not saying you're not Muslim. Based upon what Brother Mansour mentioned, what do you think about it?
We're on a whole different point of conversation.
So, look,
But
Islam can spread and has spread politically with might. No one denies that. But Islam spread as a political entity, with or without might. But Islam as a religion, as a theology, as a belief system, did not spread by force. Ever. Because you cannot force people to accept Islam. I cannot put a gun on your head and accept Islam because you can buy.
What do you mean?
Making Christians and Jews pay an additional rent.
No. Whoa. You mean wait. You mean the one that's less than the one we have to pay as Muslims? Yeah. You know, jizya. You have to pay.
Political tax they have to provide to be a citizen of the Islamic State, so that Islamic State will guarantee their rights and their security.
Question: do you pay? No.
It came to Algeria.
No. Question. If you are getting oppressed by your government, if you're getting oppressed by your government, and there's a government from outside that wants to free you from this oppression, wouldn't you see this as a good thing? Even if you don't recognize this oppression, Okay, from a Muslim perspective, we see that if a government objects to us preaching the message of Islam, which is the best interest for its people, without us forcing anything, but at least preaching it, then they are oppressing you, and it's upon us to free you from this oppression. Okay, that's fine. And this is, and it's an, no, that's
the Jews would disagree.
No, but that's not the point, brother.
The Muslims in the land, when they can no longer sustain the protection of the Jews, they cannot
take the jizya from them.
You know what the Jews said? We get persecuted by Christians. We want you to come.
I know they came.
Bro, exactly. So, but that's not the only the point, bro. Just one second. Let me finish this jizya point, Bro, the point of jizya is what? How do governments function? Taxation, right? In the past, they didn't have income tax. You had, in the Islamic state, you had jizya for non-Muslims, and you had zakat. Zakat is higher. If anything, the discrimination is against Muslims, not against non-Muslims. Not just that. You and your mom and your sibling, or like the women in your family and the elderly, all get taxed. Under jizya, elderly, people who are not of military age, women do not get jizya. So not only is it a more beneficial system for you, it's also a more merciful system for you as a non-Muslim. And even you, as a military age person, could not pay jizya and just say that if the country goes to war, you have to go to war as well. That's the point. You're not a Muslim. You don't want to fight for the sake of Allah. Therefore, you don't want to be forced to this, and Islam gives you the option to pay out of it. So it's not discriminatory. It's actually in your favor.
That's very interesting, and I completely hear that. My comment about jizya was a small caveat. You raised an interesting point about how I would have to fight for the country, for the Islamic Empire. But Islam has come as a force into my land. Say, for example, Turkey.
Okay, how is? I'll give you. I'll tell you why. Okay, how about America? Do you know there's conscription in America at some points? So they have the draft, right? So what about the First Nations people that had to go through the draft? In the age of empire? No. I'm saying that in the age of empires, you either conquered other people or you got conquered. There's no neutrality. There's no Switzerland. You don't get to just sit there. So you either conquer or get conquered. We don't live in that right now, so we don't need to have. But in that time, Islam needed to preserve itself because there was other forces that were trying to eat it in the same way. So the difference is when other forces would come and conquer Islamic lands, they would burn, rape, pillage, destroy the lands, and suck all the resources and kill all the people. On the other hand, under Muslim empires, we've had many. No. I'm not saying by necessity. I'm saying we've had plenty examples where Muslims and Christians and Jews lived not only in peace, but Islam actually provided plural legal system, something that the UK right now would laugh at if somebody tried that, to have Sharia courts here and to have Jewish tribunals and stuff. Exactly. What do you mean? That's intolerance. Where's the freedom of religion, brother? I want my divorce. I want my Islamic divorce laws as a Muslim man.
This country had constitution and uncodified rules and regulations.
Yeah, oppressive. What do you mean before? Let me tell you. No. But before or after, is it oppressive or not? Is the Islamic legal system tells you?
And bring your own laws.
What do you come here? No. Doesn't matter. What about British people who are Muslim? What about British people who had their whole ancestry who are British? What about them? Do they not get the right to live by their?
It's a secular country. If you want to live in a
it's not a secular country. It's a secular country in some ways.
You're not free. In reality,
Let's not talk about England. What I want to learn from you.
You didn't sign a social contract. You were coerced into it. You know that. You were coerced into a social. Yeah, I understand.
I want to learn from both of you.
Yes.
How is Islam spreading now? With force?
No. I mean, majoritively in a lovely, peaceful way, as the gentleman here.
No, because there's no age of empires anymore.
Right. So that is what you need to understand. Why are people accepting Islam? Do you know in UK, talking about UK, the majority...
I'm a tough cookie to crack.
Majority of people becoming Muslims are educated women.
Every cookie cracks.
Yeah, eventually.
Three quarters, 75% of people becoming Muslims are women educated.
They're probably scared for their lives because this place is full of.
Why would you say? Why would you say that? No, but why would you say that? Why would British women? Why would British women be scared for their lives?
They're scared.
Because that's a whole different eco-climate of political and economic.
But I'm talking about British women.
Who knows why this country is going to
British women. Why are British women accepting Islam?
The reasons I just told you.
Probably.
Why? They're afraid?
Probably. What evidence? What is probably business? I don't want to deal in this probability.
Do you agree that they are moving because they are scared on the streets?
No, according to Swansea University, they did a study. 60% of the movers are white women.
Yeah.
I accept that.
Yeah, that's why. So why are they accepting? If Islam, like for example,
for the reason I just said.
What is that?
You keep asking me the same question.
What is the reason?
Probably because they see the crackheads and degeneracy in the streets. But the reason for that is multifaceted and can be.
Yeah, the reason for that is that there's no system that's been able to provide the socioeconomic benefits, the financial benefits, the material benefits that Islam provides. No. Don't you dare say, if we look at the Muslim majority countries, you're looking at. I was gonna say no, because wallahi, no. Let me tell you what, because I think that you're too smart, because you were too, because you look because you look too smart to try to do a historical snapshot of 100 years and base Islam off of that, because you know for 1400 or 1300 years, Islam was either the superpower in the world or one of the superpowers in the world. And Islam flourished. All of science flourished under Islam. Not in your. So that's what I'm saying. So just because the last 100 years we're getting bodied because our resources are getting plundered and our lands are getting bombed and our people are getting defunct because of the education system is getting robbed. Yeah, that's fine. We could say that. But that's why Islam still spreads, because it has such potency and such truth to it that it transcends cultural boundaries. It transcends race.
Yet fully personally you, because I don't think you're that well read on the subject, that the Islamic Golden Age was fundamentally Islamic and not Arab.
No, it's not. Why did I say no? Whoa. And
Which makes me,
you know the
which
reason.
leads me to believe that it wasn't the Islamic. It wasn't Islam is the reason.
Because we implemented Islamic.
Maybe I don't know.
No, I don't think that every person that did good under the, it's actually still proof for my point.
Let's get back to the point about the degeneracy of this country and why you think why women are turning to it.
Ask those women.
Exactly.
Yeah, ask them.
No.
You should do
So
that.
you should do it.
We all know the reason.
No,
we
you
don't.
don't. You don't.
No.
You don't. I do.
But you
You're
saying
posting.
no to
You're
it.
preemptive. You're preemptive, no, bro. You're preemptively
British Empire,
doing this.
British Empire.
Yeah. So come on.
But it's not unique to Islam either.
It seems to be because people are. It's quite unique that. Okay, I'll tell you why. Islam has the worst marketing in the world of any ideology probably in the last 100 years. Yeah, and yet it is the fastest growing religion in the world. Subhanallah, that alone should get you to think a little bit.
Yeah, because Islamophobia is on the rise.
Yeah.
Therefore, you should see Islam's coming down.
Religiosity is growing amongst
Sorry.
women regardless in Islam.
Sorry, repeat that.
Spirituality and
Yeah.
religiosity is
Right,
growing
well, there's
amongst
one
women.
reason.
That's not true. Maybe that's the case in the UK, but on the worldwide.
And it varies per religion as well, but it's not just unique to Islam that it's growing.
No, that's actually is unique. Pew, even
It's
Pew
not.
says that.
It's not. Rates of like interest in things like astrology and other spiritual beliefs, other religious beliefs,
That's-
are growing amongst women.
Let's talk about the
It's-
safety of women.
No, but I didn't say only women. But we didn't. We had a tangent about women. Yeah, in general.
Unless I've come in on the wrong point, what I
Yeah.
heard initially was you talking about the growth of Islam amongst women.
Yeah, no. Oh, that's not just the. So Islam in general is the fastest growing religion
But the
in the
point
world.
I was making.
Yes, in general. And not only that, spirituality is on the decline actually.
The point
And
I was
fact-
making
Let's
is
pull
the
this back,
reasons
yes.
why women, educated women, are accepting Islam is not because by force, because through their education and intellectual querying.
Yes, sorry.
By observing, reading, studying, reflecting on Islam and the Quran and like the Prophet. And they then accept.
What are the socio-economic factors going on that make people turn to religion?
Exactly.
For example, where are the highest rates of religiosity?
She's a fan.
In poor countries with lower rates of
Let's
education.
talk about UK
And where
women.
is that happening with Islam?
No.
In countries in Southeast Asia.
It doesn't matter. She's just a
No,
fan.
There's lower,
The question is-
there's lower economic security, there's political instability.
So
In
what?
UK.
So,
In the UK.
and,
In
and
UK.
there's less education.
In the
UK?
UK.
Scientific
In
method.
UK.
In
We're not talking about the
No, but you
I
have
am
very
talking about
growing
UK.
Muslim religious communities in all the developed countries.
As I pointed out,
Yeah.
it's not just Islam that is growing amongst women.
But that's not
That's the
true,
point.
bro.
But that's not the point I am discussing anyway. No, back up.
I know.
My friend, let me help you out. because
Christianity is literally on the decline, bro.
I'm going to help you out.
I don't want to debate. I don't want to.
No. Can I?
All of it.
Can I help you? It's not
Let him help you. Let me help. Okay, give us a second. Give us a second.
What's your name?
Ismail.
You
Ismail.
changed your name as well. Wow.
Ismail, what's your name? Oscar. Good to meet you.
Let's talk about safety of women in this country, shall we?
So what we were saying,
Why not?
Oscar,
Why not?
what we were
Can
saying,
you send your
women in this country, if you ask them,
Can you guarantee her safety?
Yeah, let's continue. Let's continue your convo. No, we're good for a
we need to
bit.
go. What time is it? Now. So we have to go and break our fast.
Oscar, we can continue
You're a
this.
Muslim.
Yeah, boy, come
You want to
on.
come with us?
You wanna come? We can continue. No, I'm being like you wanna come and continue. Okay, let's go. He'll come.
Next Sunday, you know?
Inshallah, God willing, yeah.
No, I'm saying you wanna come join us.
Where?
Iftar. We'll go to a restaurant right here. On Intro. Yeah, come with us, bro. We're not kidding. We invite people. Come.
Break our fast.
We can pray there.
That's bro. Don't worry.
No, it's okay. I appreciate it.
No, bro. Seriously, come. Wallahi, come. Khalas, come. We'll continue No, it's a good combo. Let's continue it. Come on, let's go. Come on.
You got nothing better to do, right?
Come on, let's go. No, we'll continue the combo. Come. It's a good combo. Unfortunately, actually, I wish the combo was longer with you than the other two. I thought there's just more. We're talking the same
On our
language.
way for iftar.
Yalla.
Mansoor.
Yeah.